Well, friends, it's December, and not only does this mean a period of reflection over how the year's gone, which is extremely important, but also reflection on Christmas, because it's nearly Christmas. So, from here on out until after Christmas, naturally, the vlog is going to be significantly more Christmas themed. I'm going to be reminiscing about Christmases, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what Christmas means to me, stuff like that. It's all going to be Christmassy, and I hope you don't hate Christmas so much that you're going to turn off the vlogs. But I like Christmas, and I would like to talk about Christmas. So Christmas is going to be until I run out of things to talk about vis-a-vis Christmas, and then maybe there'll be no more Christmas. Anyway, the first thing, because it's the 1st of December, of course, we're going to be talking about the thing that happens on the 1st of December, namely the Advent. And the only bit of Advent that I really observe, I mean, my Christmases have always been very secular, and the Advent calendar is a very secular thing, is it not? This is this year's Advent calendar. It's a nice Kinder Advent calendar. I like Kinder chocolate. If you watched my vlog about top 5 chocolate, then you will know that. Unfortunately, this one's a little bit disappointing because, well, the Advent calendar, I don't know if this is going to be a good example. This is my wife's. I got it, we got them both at B&M's, I think. It's not a great representation, but you can see in there, in general, what happens is you've got these little plastic shapes and there's chocolate inside. So that would have been a chocolate Christmas pudding. And traditionally, the Advent calendars have always had the cute little chocolate shapes. Sometimes they'll be Christmas puddings, sometimes they'll be Santas, or things like stars, like tree topper stars, or trees themselves sometimes. All Christmassy related things. This one, boringly, just has naps in it of 24 just little mini chocolates. So it loses a bit of the novelty value there. However, it's still a little bit of chocolate for breakfast and whatever. I can't really complain at that. And as long as I can remember, I've always had an Advent calendar. And I don't intend to stop anytime soon because, you know, I like having chocolate at for breakfast. I just like the whole thing of the countdown and the opening of the doors and finding the right door every morning. It's nice. It's a nice little tradition, and it's something joyful that you can do every day. And more often than not, they have been chocolate from various different brands. I think probably when I was very little, I got the ultra cheap ones. But when you're very little, you lack the wherewithal to really know what's good and what isn't in regards to chocolate, so you just eat it. As you get older, you get a little bit more nuanced in your chocolate tastes, and so later on I've had things like the Dairy Milk calendar and things like the Maltesers calendar. One year I had a really nice Thornton's calendar, which I did by myself, I think, and it was a weird one because most of the days were your standard. I mean, they were Thorntons, so they were excellent. Your standard Advent calendar chocolate. But I think, certainly on Christmas Eve, and at 2 other points during the month, I'm assuming like a third of the way and then 2/3 of the way, I got a chocolate snowman, and it was a big, chunky chocolate snowman, and it had like a praline sort of thing in the middle. Oh, it was amazing. That was a pretty good Advent calendar. I'm trying to. I have had another Thornton's calendar as well at some point, and that wasn't quite as fancy, but it was still nice. There have also been the. You see, once Advent's over, nobody wants an Advent calendar anymore, so they sell them off for really cheap, and so you can get a decent amount of chocolate for not a lot of money after Christmas. And I have sometimes got myself a post-Christmas Advent calendar. It's a bit like getting post-Easter Easter eggs, because you can get them for nothing and you get a nice amount of chocolate. So I have done that on occasion, but not very often, because it's a bit strange, isn't it? And it may be a decent amount of chocolate, but you still have to open each door and take it out, and it's a bit of a faff. Anyway, the best advent calendars that I've ever had have been, of course, the Lego ones. I think one year I had a Star Wars one, but every other time I've had a Lego City one. They've got like tons of different variations these days. It's too many, in my opinion, but I'm an old man, you know. I like the Lego City ones because they're all original stuff. They're all just nice little Lego Christmassy themed sets. That's generally what they've done. They've done these tiny wee little sets and you can put them all together and make a nice Christmas scene. It's cool. And you get some minifigures and you get like little Lego snow people and I'm trying to remember what the last one I had in it. There was one year where they've always had a Santa and it's been nice over the years to see the evolution of the Lego Santa. It used to be, he used to just have like the normal smiley face, and for some reason they gave him a bandana, like a head bandana, a big white beard, and then the body was just red. I think he had a black belt, but the rest of the body was just red. And it was a bit of a slapdash Santa, but now you get a really nice Santa with a nice round beard and a proper hat, and it's all very cool. And one year they gave you a Santa, but he didn't have any clothes on. It was very strange. It was Santa in a shower. In fact, I think if you watch one of the Ashton's Christmas specials, he shows it on that. Yeah, Naked Santa was a Lego Advent Calendar item. I'm just trying to think. They have... I'm trying to remember the very first one that I ever had. I'm recalling it having some unique pieces that I'd never seen anywhere before. There were these little... it was a 1x1 brick and it had just like an eye on it and it was quite cute. I think he made like a little dinosaur or something with it. Yeah, the Lego Advent Calendars have always been really nice. I don't tend to get them very often. I mean, less often than once a year. Simply because they often tend to contain the same things. You don't get a great deal of variety. There's always a Lego Christmas tree, and it's always like this blocky green tree. You always get a kid on a sledge or on skis or whatever. You always get a snow person. You always get a Santa. You do get a lot of duplication, and sometimes there are unique things. Like the last one that I had, it had this like ice statue, and it had these ice wings and a transparent blue head. Never seen anything like that before, and it was really cool. I mean, made of ice, it would be. And they do have unique things each year, but there is a lot of repetition as well, because, I mean, it's Christmas, you can't really, you can't not, you know? But anyway, I shan't go on any more about Advent Calendars. That has been a brief Advent Calendar reminisce. I do like them. Let me know what kind of Advent Calendars you have, and have had. And if you don't have one, then you have my leave to go get one, because they're nice, and they're a nice little thing. Unless you're not bothered by them, then in which case you don't need to get one. But if you do want one, go get one. You have my blessing. Right, well that's day one of Advent out of the way. I've now got to think of 23 more Christmas things to talk about. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Not sure where is day two. Oh yeah, there it is. Then, I will see you then.